Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So glad all of you guys could make it. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Please subscribe to my channel. As you guys know, we are a growing channel and it would be absolutely amazing if I could get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's a really big goal, but you know, we'll see how far God can take me. Now, a lot of research has gone into this video and I feel like I've learned enough to come on here and be able to further educate you guys on making conscious, intentional decision making when it comes to buying your products. So I really hope that this video helps you guys. But today we are going to be diving into the world of silicones. So I know a lot of you guys tend to cringe at the word silicones, but I'm here to let you guys know that it's really not that black and white, and it's really not as deep as a lot of people might think it is. When you hear of silicones, what comes to mind? Because for me, whenever I hear silicones, the things that come to mind are slip, manageability, and shine. And a lot of you guys might not know this, but that's actually the whole purpose of why silicones are even in our hair products. It's because they give our shampoos and conditioners those really nice qualities that we all fall in love with, you know, like whenever y'all are detangling your hair and you have a shampoo or a conditioner that's just feels so good on your hair, like it just detangles your hair so easily without you even having to run a comb through it. A lot of that has to do with silicones that they incorporate into it. Silicones have a very slippery consistency, so that's why they're used in a lot of shampoos and conditioners, because of that slip, because most people detangle with either a shampoo and conditioner, so it's kind of like an assistant. So as y'all can see, this all sounds really good. Like we all like conditioners with slip, we all like shampoos, you know, that will leave our hair shiny. So what is the problem? The big issue that people believe silicones bring about is dryness, brittle hair, and buildup. That leads me to my first silicone myth. All silicones cause buildup on your hair. This is not true. All silicones are not built equally. Silicones have different consistencies, they have different properties, so not all silicones will just build up on your hair after using a shampoo with silicones 2 times. No. One, even for silicones to get to the point of building up on your hair to where you don't even have any type of room for moisture penetration, you will literally have to not be washing your hair for like 2-3 months at a time for that to be possible. And most naturals, we wash our hair anywhere between 7 and 10 days, so you know, even if you are utilizing silicones, it won't really build up on your hair because you wash it pretty frequently. But even hair washing aside, not all silicones even have the capability of sitting on your hair for a long period of time. There's 3 different groups of silicones. These are the 3 main groups. That's all I'm gonna go over. There's more, but I'm just gonna focus on the most common groups, and that is water-soluble silicones, non-water-soluble silicones, and evaporating silicones. So water-soluble silicones are silicones that for the most part, if you use them, they dissolve pretty well in water, so it shouldn't really be too much trouble when it comes to washing off your hair. And the probability of these type of silicones building up on your hair is very minimal because it dissolves when it comes to water. Like these silicones are really no match for water or any type of liquid in general. So the second group of silicones would be non-water soluble silicones. And I'm pretty sure we can all at this point understand what that would mean. Is basically the opposite of water soluble silicones. These silicones don't really dissolve in water as easily as the water soluble silicones. And therefore, these silicones, you do have a tendency of buildup. But as long as you have a solid hair care routine, you should be fine. Even if you do use shampoos and conditioners that have silicone every week, you'll still be fine because you have a really good hair day regimen. Now the third and final group would be evaporating silicones. Now these silicones are the less common type of silicones, but they're actually the most interesting because even though evaporating silicones are in products, it evaporates once it's on your hair. Hence why it's called evaporating silicone. So when you think of evaporation, you don't think of anything that stays there. You think of you know, something that lifts off of something. That's what I think of when I hear evaporating, like something turning into, I don't know, y'all. But you guys understand what I mean. Like, evaporating silicones don't really have the capabilities of even staying on your hair after it's applied. Its only purpose is to distribute the product easily. So it provides that slip, it provides that moisture that you need to get those tangles out easily. And once you've detangled it, not even 5 minutes after, it's all gone. It's not even on your hair. So obviously something on your hair cannot build up. Something that's really interesting to note about water-soluble silicones is that they're basically just non-water-soluble silicones, but modified. When you look at the ingredients list, you're gonna find something that says dimethicone, right? And it will just have dimethicone. And then you might get another product that will have PPG 12 dimethicone. So in order for you guys to not be confused, they basically just put this prefix of PPG, or there's another one, I can't remember, but I'll put it right up here. They put these prefixes in front of the naming because they don't want you guys to get confused when it comes to, they basically want you guys to know that it's not really the dimethicone that's unmodified. It's the soluble version of dimethicone. So that's something I thought was really interesting to note as well as know. And I'm gonna come back to the whole silicone and buildup towards the end of the video because I have something really important to tie that into. I'm actually also gonna include like a chart of all of the different groups of silicones and their families essentially, so you guys can. And also I'm gonna link all of the articles that I used for my research in case you guys have some unanswered questions. Maybe I'm not equipped enough to answer that question for you. Please make sure to read my cited sources things. So now we're going to debunk our second myth, which is that silicones are all difficult to wash off. And you know, I've been seeing sometimes too that people will be like, oh, well, the only time you can use silicones is unless you're using like a really harsh clarifying shampoo. Other than that, you know, silicones won't work for you. It's gonna damage your hair and all that other stuff. I am here to tell you that that is not actually true. There was a study that showed that it literally only took 2 washes of a non-sulfate shampoo to successfully get rid of silicones. So that's good news. That sounds really good. And I'm hoping that as a natural, you really should be washing your hair every 7 to 10 days. To me, that's just a sweet spot for natural. Your scalp will be stimulated, you'll see a lot of hair growth. And yeah, there's a lot of benefits to that, but that's besides the point. So if the average natural is washing their hair every 7 to 10 days, then there would literally be little to no buildup that they would have to actually worry about. So don't think that you have to use a clarifying shampoo or use those stripping shampoos because you really do not have to. And these days, these non-sulfate shampoos, they're coming with a lot of superior cleaning agents. I don't know if you guys know, when a product says it doesn't have sulfate in it, they obviously still have to replace it with cleaning agents that aren't sulfate. So I noticed that they use like variations of sulfate. I kind of want to say that they modify sulfate in a way that I guess wouldn't be considered sulfate anymore. But I'm just saying all this to say that these non-sulfate shampoos are really coming up. So you really don't need to use a clarifying shampoo all in the name of silicones. It's just not really necessary, and it's not true. So as long as you have a solid wash day routine, a solid cleansing regimen, you will be very much okay. I personally don't think that co-washing would be enough, but to the ones that co-wash, I get it. I guess some people really don't like the dryness that comes with shampooing, but I will always advocate for shampooing. I'm sorry. After the test was concluded, they stated that a good rule of thumb to know if your shampoo is good enough to wash off sulfates is how much it lathers. I loved lather in my life. I don't like, and that was the #1 reason why I didn't like co-washing, was because it never lathered. So it just felt I was just playing in my hair. So they say a good rule of thumb is that if your shampoo lathers, it will most likely be more than enough to wash off any conditioners or shampoo or really products that have sulfates in them. So now we have our third and final myth, though I'm not ending the video right away because I still have some more stuff to talk about. But our last myth would be silicones block off cuticles and make moisture very difficult to penetrate. This is not true, because if you were watching like the first part of the video, like the first half of this video, you'll know that I stated that not all silicones are built the same. Silicones have different properties, different qualities, different characteristics, so they don't all have the capability of blocking off your cuticles to that extent. And even the silicones that are more prone to doing that still really can't do that unless, like I said, you go for so long without washing your hair. The evaporating silicones literally just get the job done and they lift off. So those silicones aren't even present to even cause that buildup. And as I stated, water soluble silicones, they wash off very easily with water. So it's gonna take a lot of hard work for you to get silicones to the point where it's starting to break off your hair, or that it's starting to just cause problems. Like, silicones are not really that bad, guys. They're really not that bad. I just think it comes down to what is your routine like? You know, that's what it comes down to. If you have a good routine, you should honestly be okay using whatever product you want to use. I have one last thing to cover before I finally close off the video. I want to go back to the first myth, which was that all silicones cause buildup. And I just want to put it into perspective how this can work depending on hair porosity. Hair porosity plays a huge factor when it comes to how products cling and build up on your hair. I have low porosity, for example. So obviously it takes much longer for products to penetrate as well as leave my hair strands. We are way more prone to buildup versus someone with high porosity hair. So I'm just saying, I just want to put this into perspective, because if you're someone with high porosity hair and you're worried about silicones building up on your hair, I'm not telling you to forget all the caution or throw caution to the wind. I just want to put it into a perspective to where you guys feel comfortable whether or not you want to do that or not. But just understanding that low porosity hair is far more prone to build up than high porosity hair is, I feel like, is something that you guys should take away from this video. Do what you will with that information, okay? But all that being said, I think I've covered enough in this video to inform you guys on silicones. I'm just tired of the misconceptions that come with silicones. And as a natural, we should all be free to do our hair as we please, use whatever products we please without having to worry about some natural hair god telling us we can't use silicones. Like, no, the curly girl method is dated. Let's start from there. And I just don't really think it's applying as much anymore these days. If you're someone that has been using the curly girl method, but you tired of having to use the same amount of products, but you want to, you know, branch out, take it from me. Branch out. Try these products for yourself, because I feel like as naturals, we are so scared of damaging our hair as if it can't grow back. But that's besides the point. We're so scared of like doing the wrong thing to our hair to the point where that people fearmonger. So instead of actually trying the product for yourself, you're not using it because someone told you that it wasn't good because it had silicones in it. So no, I want to make this video so you guys can make decisions on your own. As naturals, it is your responsibility to make decisions, okay? You cannot wait on any natural hair influencer. You can't wait on anyone else to make decisions for your hair. Even y'all might have the same hair type, y'all might have the same hair porosity, but you don't need to use the same products. Try these silicone products for yourself and see if they're actually good or not good for you. I, on the other hand, have taken it upon myself to not restrict myself, because restricting myself doesn't really take me far. I just really hope you guys learned a lot of stuff from this video, and honestly, I really just want you guys to take this information and utilize it in your own decision-making process. That's it. That's all. As naturals, we all got to be aware. We should all have at least an intermediate understanding of the products that are going in our hair and what, you know, they're used for. So I know if you look on the back of the list, you'll just see a whole bunch of like ingredients and chemicals, but don't stop there. Okay, Google these ingredients, see what they're used for, be intentional with your natural hair journey, okay? That is what I'm gonna say to end off this video, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Like I said, I'm a growing channel over here. 1,000 subscribers would be absolutely amazing, so please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Sorry, but before I go, so we are approaching the anniversary of my natural hair journey. I started taking my natural hair seriously 1 year ago this month, so I will be making an updated video on that, showing you guys the hair products I've been using, showing you guys the regimens, the hairstyles I have, you know, had within the past year. So yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really fun, and above all, it's going to be really informative. So please subscribe for that. And I will see you guys in my next video.